Paul Lopez, real estate broker and property manager, and today I'd like to come and talk with you about the top 3 mistakes that renters make. Just to give you a little bit of background, I've been a real estate professional for the last 18 years. 18 years ago, I started as a mortgage loan officer, transitioned into being a real estate agent, and then eventually into property management. There's a lot of great pride and joy that I take in helping countless families rent homes as a solution to housing. Now, here's my philosophy on renting. Renting is a great solution for a short period of time, especially here in California where home prices are going up and have traditionally continually to appreciate, as well as rental rates which continually go up. And also the fact that when you rent, your future is not necessarily secure. The landlord or the owner of the property can sell the property at any time. So many times I get a phone call from families that are looking to rent. And I come across a lot of great families who I would love to rent a home to. However, there are 3 things that I commonly come across that are lacking in their credit profile, and when these top 3 things are lacking, it almost makes it impossible for my property management company to rent. So here is the number 3 mistake. Number 3 would be your credit profile. A lot of families come to my office and want to rent a property, but they're not aware of what's in their credit profile. And this proves to be a great problem. If you're thinking about renting a home anytime in the near future, I encourage you to take a look at your credit report. There are many resources that you can pull your credit report for free. Pulling your credit report, when you pull your report yourself, it does not count as an inquiry. So a lot of folks are concerned that if I pull my credit report, is it going to hurt my credit score? Absolutely not. You can pull your credit report 10 times a day if you want, and it's not going to hurt your credit report if you pull it yourself. Now, if you go to a department store, or if you apply for a car loan or a home loan or a credit card and you do it too many times in a certain period of time, that can hurt your score. But if you're pulling it to understand what's on your own credit report, it doesn't hurt your credit report. Understand what's on your credit profile. I'm not sure exactly what the percentage is, but it's a high percentage of credit reports that have inaccuracies on them. And when you need your credit the most, you need to know what's on there prior to that time. Many families will come and they'll have open medical collections or unpaid debts, and some of them are accurate or inaccurate. As a property management company, I'm looking at the last 2 years of history. And for our company, if you have any lates in the last 2 years, it automatically disqualifies you. It almost seems like it can be harsh, but it's a formula that has been put together and it works. So if you're thinking about renting a home, or even if you're looking at about buying a home, please be sure to take a look at your credit profile. Look at the last 2 years of credit history, and if there are any inaccuracies, you want to fix those as soon as possible. I had one family come to me and they said, "You even look at medical collections." Yes, as a property management company, we want to make sure that your medical collections have been reconciled, that they're paid up to date, and that they have been dealt with. If there's a large medical collection that's outstanding, that can disqualify you from renting a home. Also, it can disqualify you from buying a home. Okay, number 2 would be knowing where your documentation is. So I oftentimes have applicants coming and they say, "Paul, I don't have my most recent tax return because it hasn't been filed. It's on extension." Unfortunately, that's going to disqualify you. You need to have all of your tax returns filed year to date. You should know where your W-2s are, where your paycheck stubs are. And I know that you're not always looking to rent a home or buy a home, or these are pretty big decisions that you come across not very often. but it will be prudent for you to understand exactly where your documentation is. That way, when the time does come, you're not having to spend an excess amount of time locating your tax returns, your W-2s, your paycheck stubs, and so forth. If you have any questions about what documentation is required, give me a phone call and I'll let you know exactly what documents you can expect to need when you're getting ready to rent a home, or in some cases even looking to buy. And the number one mistake that I often see, and which is most important, is cash. Do not pay your rent in cash. Okay, so if you're renting a home, do not pay your landlord or your property manager in cash. Write them a check, transfer it electronically, but have some form of electronic documentation that you can track how you made your rent payments. Even if you're renting a room from your mom, your dad, a family member, a friend, be sure to transfer the money to whoever you pay your rent to electronically so it can be tracked. When it comes time to rent a property, here at Paul Lopez Property Management, if you pay your rent in cash, you're automatically going to be disqualified for renting a property that we offer. And the reason being is, just as you already know, you can go and write receipts yourself and the landlord can write you a letter of good recommendation, and that might be because they just want you to leave their property. We want to make sure that we can track your rental payments electronically. That's not only good practice for renting a property, but also if you're getting ready to buy a home. If you go to sit down with a lender and they're trying to establish some alternative credit for you, they're going to want to find out, have you made your rent payments on time? And the only way that they can do that is if they can look at canceled checks, at bank statements, or if you paid it by Venmo or PayPal or any of these type of resources, it'll help qualify you. And so please do not pay your rent by cash. These are some of the 3 most common mistakes that I see when people come to rent a home. Please do not make these mistakes. In closing, if you're thinking about making a major financial decision, such as renting a home or purchasing a home, give me a phone call. Sit down and have a strategy session with me. Allow me to look at your financial situation from beginning to end, and I can help advise you and get you on the right path to either renting the home that you would love to rent for your family or purchasing a home and setting up a financial plan so I can help you achieve all of your financial goals. Give me a call here at 925-980-0871. Thank you.